5 minutes away. Yeah. So I'm going to go see that later. Yeah. Should be a good old time. So, oh my God. Hello, Broncos country. We are live.
We're live. We in there?
Ready to rock. Aaron, dude, it's been so long.
It
so
has
long.
been. It feels way too long.
So I'm going to I hear that later.
You hear what?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Should be a good old time.
So. Hi guys, how's it going?
Oh my God.
Hello,
Broncos country. We are live.
We in there?
Ready to rock. Aaron, dude, it's been so
long.
long. Yeah. You know what? We don't ever need to speak to each other again. Is basically what happened. So.
Yeah. You know, we did hate each other there for a minute. I think we're good now, right? Everybody can't hear you talking twice, so we should be good.
Thank God. Yes, exactly. Yeah, dude, what's been new? Talk to me.
You know, my outlook on our season is new. But other than that, I've just been, working and personally, just, getting my mind and health right,
Hell yeah.
Trying to do the things that make me happy on a daily basis,
That's amazing.
Yeah, how about yourself?
I've been doing the complete opposite.
Oh, yeah?
I just feel like this month has just been a lot of events.
Okay.
Lots of events. And then this weekend, which is why we're doing this podcast today, tomorrow is my friend's wedding.
Awesome.
So while I should be able to watch almost all of the game,
Ooh.
I'm very nervous I'm going to miss the end, which could either be very good or very bad. So
yeah,
we're going to see. But we also have so many weeks to catch up on. So
we do.
I know.
We got some good things to catch up on.
Some good things. Yeah. So let's jump right into it. So last time we met, it was right after the Bears win.
Yes.
And listen, I don't even remember what we were saying. I'm sure you were just...
that was the last time we met?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy? There's been 3 games.
Really?
So, yeah, because the Thursday game was the Chiefs game, and I had just got back from being out of town.
Okay.
Well, it was Jets. I was out of town. Just got back into town, so we couldn't make it.
Yep.
And then Packers, you got sick.
Yeah, you're right. I got
dude.
sick.
I know.
I'm feeling better now. We're good. Yep.
I know, exactly. So anyway, we won against the Bears. Rewind, 31-28.
Wow.
What a game. I know. Okay, so I go out of town. I go to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
We play the Jets. We lose.
Yeah, we can. We can hit the
that?
fast forward button on that.
Well, I want to talk about my experience at the home game. It was a fun time.
Oh, yeah, because you went, though. Because you went to that game.
I went to that game.
So, yeah, let's hear about it.
I met a lot of cool people. It was super sick with a color rush. Like, my God. The field looked so fresh. It was just amazing. We did lose. But, I didn't tell you about this. So, on my way out of the game, everyone's crying, sort of. Not really. But we were walking by where all the players' cars go out and whatnot. So these black SUVs were going past us. We were going to our car. You can't really see in the car, sort of, unless you get close enough. So me and my friend are walking. We see the black cars going out. It's like, oh, whatever. We're getting a little bit closer. And then we're passing this car. Me and my friend, we just do a salute. We don't know who's in it. The car comes a little bit closer, and it's George Payton. And he salutes us back. And we're like,
nice.
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, cool.
Nice.
Okay, anyways. And then as I was going, Russell Wilson came right after him. So I was like...
Did you get a salute from him?
Dude, no.
Ooh.
No, I didn't.
He wasn't looking?
No, I
Did
wasn't.
you see Sierra?
No, I know. That's why I was like, I wanted to see
You were like,
Sierra.
Russell Wilson?
Yeah, dude. Well, also on her Instagram, she just posted that he rented out a whole Waffle House. Did you see this?
I did not.
For her birthday. So she's very preggo. And all she wants... for her birthday is to go to Waffle House. So for her birthday, he rented out an entire Waffle House for her. Nice. I don't know where, though, in Denver. It has to be in Denver, I'm assuming.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. So anyways.
It's awesome.
I know. It's pretty cool.
I like that.
Anyway, so we'll skip past the Jets game. But I think the only thing we do have to say is I didn't get to see it until I watched the replays, obviously, because I was at it. But the amount of times the camera was pointing on Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, yeah.
As he beat. And he even got a game day ball.
Of course. You know they would do that.
Well, did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't
dude.
know that.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. I mean, I figured they would, fully back him up and, as much as they can and, pour salt on the wound if they get the W, and they did, so.
Dude.
It's all good.
It's not, though.
It wasn't at the time, but I'm feeling a little better now since then.
Okay,
so.
yeah, I know it's been so long. Well, okay, next game was the Chiefs.
Yes.
We lost 8 to 19
to 8.
Yep. Okay, cool. Any takeaways from that game?
Defense was a lot better. Happy about that.
Yep.
Our offense obviously was the one that needed to show improvement there, but that gives me hope that if we pick it up on offense, we may be able to do a little something, because our defense was able to hold them to 19 points with our offense doing absolutely nothing. So if our offense does a little something, that'll help our defense out, and we might be able to make a game of it, I think.
Listen, I was very impressed with our performance. Like, sure, we lost our 16th straight game to the Chiefs, but yes, you were right. It was the first time we saw a defense somewhat figure it out. I also saw a stat that Simmons has intercepted Mahomes 4 times.
Yes.
Which is it the player with the most interceptions on Mahomes?
I'm not sure, but my guess would be yes.
Someone fact check me.
My guess would be yes.
Anyone in the
I know
live?
he's one of... Yeah, never mind. I don't know exactly what I'm about to say, so I don't want to mess anything up. But he is one of the players that has the most, and there also is another Bronco that was on the list as well that has intercepted him a couple of times, it seems like.
Really?
I think it was like
Okay.
Josie Jewell or somebody like that.
Okay. Well, either way, and I mean, this sort of ties into the game that we're going into, but I was very impressed because, listen, the Chiefs just played the Chargers last week, and they were tied for almost the entire game. Like, the Chiefs aren't looking that great, but they always pull through at the end. And the thing is like, I guess because we lost by 50 points to the Dolphins, I'm like, oh, God, where is this going to take us?
Right.
I was pleasantly surprised with that game.
100%.
Amazing.
I was too as well. And, I guess I was getting ready to start to move on to the Packers a little bit, but
we could go to the Packers.
Moving on to the Packers.
Yeah. Let's chat Packers.
So I had a lot of hope after that, somewhat. I mean, defensively, I guess. And and the next week, I think defensively, they played pretty well again against the Packers, I think. And the offense was able to put it together and, come back from Russell Wilson. I forget what number that was for him, but he got another comeback fourth quarter win. And
what do you mean, what number?
As far as how many fourth quarter comebacks he has, they had mentioned it, and I know he's amongst like one of the best. So I mean, so that's pretty awesome. But overall, it was so I did have hope from the Kansas City game that maybe we're turning things around, and I still kind of feel the same way. Like I wasn't thinking the season was over after we lost to the Chiefs like I was previously when I was like tank for Williams and all that. It gave me hope that, okay, if we can get a couple wins here in the next couple, few weeks, then maybe we can do something. And that gave me that hope. And then going into the Packers game, it was a messy win, but it was a win,
Right.
Defense looked pretty solid. Offense was able to put a little bit together. So it just keeps me in the same mind frame, like, okay, maybe if this game right here is like the pivot game to, is it the season over or are we back in it?
So listen, there was a stat that they did at the Packers game that I saw on the TV that was quite interesting. So sure, we're 2-5 now. Wait.
Right. Yeah, 2-5.
2-6. No,
5.
2-5. Thank you. So one thing they said, it says teams that have started 1-5 and made the playoffs in 2015, the Chiefs ended with an 11-5 record. Okay, so they won every game.
Every game after that.
Every game. Colts in 2018 was 10-6. They only lost one more game. And then the Commanders in 2020, most recently, and they won 7-9. Or the record was 7-9. And they all made the playoffs. So listen, you're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance. And here's why I do think there's a chance. Because it's not like we're a team that has no quarterback, has no talent. We have good players on our team all around. You know, when you just look at them individually, it's just about us putting it together. And we just haven't been able to put it together for the last, couple years or however, last 7. But as far as the talent we have now, the last couple years. And maybe we can put it together. Maybe it's starting to just kind of form a little bit. And once it finally clicks, then it's like, okay, now we're on and going.
Okay.
And
so what are some of your takeaways from the Packers game? Like, any players stand out? Any, like...
Courtland Sutton.
Okay.
I'm very happy to see how Courtland Sutton was playing. He looked like a number 1 receiver again. Oh, and Russell Wilson, I want to show some love to him. Comeback win. He was looking pretty solid out there. But my number 1 is Javonte Williams. Was looking like Javonte again.
My number 1 too.
He was looking like Javonte again.
Yes.
Yeah, he was looking good.
No, I know.
He was powerfully running through, breaking tackles, looking fast. That made me happy, which is another big deal or big thing of why I think maybe we can start to turn things around. Is Javonte is looking pretty unstoppable right now.
He's looking great, but here I'm all about the stats today. So one thing that I found shocking. So the Broncos are 5th in receiving touchdowns. So we have 13 receiving touchdowns. We're behind the Bills at 17, Vikings at 16, Dolphins at 16, and even the Chiefs at 15. So we're right after the Chiefs. Okay. Mm-hmm. We are second to last in rushing touchdowns. We have 1. We have 1.
Yep.
So on that note about Javonte Williams, looking like Javonte Williams, what in the world is wrong? Why we have like powerful players at running back? Javonte, I'm so sorry. Samaje Perine.
We cuss on here. It's
I know
all good.
we do. I'm trying not to. For all the
She's such a goody
kids watching.
two-shoes.
No. And Jaleel, like they're just freight trains. Why in the world are we not rushing more?
Well, so I feel like, P. Ryan and McLaughlin right now, they're number 2s, right?
Sure.
And we've been trying to force Javonte's been getting the fair share of the loads for the most part, and he's coming off of a terrible injury. He came back way sooner than expected, and for the time frame that he came back, he looks great. Yeah. But he still has to get back into form. He still needs to get some games under his belt. Like most people who come back from injuries, it takes like a half a season or maybe a full season for some to really get back their true form, and it seems like he's starting to turn that corner and get back into true form. When the first few weeks he was just kind of getting back into it, so we weren't seeing the Javonte that we're used to, but now it seems like he's starting to
So
to
that's
turn
why
a
you
little
think
bit.
we're not rushing as much.
That's why I think the rushing was down, is because we're trying to Javonte was shaking the kinks off,
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think, even though P. Ryan and McLaughlin, they're number 2s, why wouldn't we use? I mean, they're both great too, because also we haven't seen. Courtland Sutton showed up last game, yes, but with Jerry Jeudy, we haven't. I don't know. We'll get to that, but haven't seen too many standouts in the receiving collection. But we keep throwing it, which is great.
Right.
I don't know. I see more power in the running back department for the Broncos.
Well, yeah. I mean, especially now with Javonte looking like himself, definitely. That's going to be what the driving force of the offense is going to be our running game if it's starting to look like it was last week for sure.
Okay.
And I feel like we were throwing the ball a lot more because our running game wasn't really quite up to par yet. But I mean, if he's looking like that, if he's looking like he was last game, you can just see it. I mean, I know his stats weren't incredible, but you can just see his runs. He was breaking off big runs, looking fast and strong. And if we can make that if we can build around that offensively, that's where we'll find our success.
Okay. And you mentioned Courtland Sutton was standing out. So it looks like Sutton is 1 touchdown short of his season high back in 2019.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
How many is he have?
That's a really great question. I'm going to look that up right meow.
4 or 5 somewhere, something like that.
Yeah, it has to be around that. But that is, where is he? I got it. Hold, please.
Oh, yeah.
Hold,
We're
please.
Almost there. Either way.
Wait, I don't know what I'm looking at. Hold
okay,
on.
well, it's all good. Well, while she's looking that up, do you have any disappointment players?
4 touchdowns.
4? Okay. All right.
Disappointment.
Well, there'll be more. But because I have one that.
Okay, yeah, go for it, Aaron.
When are we going to start to see Jerry Jeudy? When are we going to start to see the Jerry Jeudy we know?
Okay. I think, yeah.
He's still doing the same old stuff, the foolery with Steve Smith,
Dude.
Do you remember all that?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
It's like, when is he going to start to show up?
Okay.
He's getting some good catches and stuff, but we have not.
What is your take on so inform people quickly if they do not know what's going on with Jerry Jeudy and that drama. Just break it down, and then I want to hear your opinion on that.
So, Steve Smith was on air, and he kind of criticized Jerry Jeudy. And during the game, in the warm-ups, Steve Smith tried to apologize to him and say, "I'm sorry for saying that stuff about you." And Jerry Jeudy pretty much dissed him and said, "I don't F with you. Leave me alone. I don't F with you," and all that. And then Steve Smith directly after that went on air during the Broncos warm-ups and just pretty much ripped him apart, kind of said, "I'm sorry for saying that you are a number 3 or 4 receiver, because that's what you've been this entire season." Like, he was just kind of going in on him a little bit. And then after that, during another segment when Steve Smith was talking about something else, Jerry Jeudy was behind him dancing and trying to, make him look bad,
Yeah.
During the warm-ups, while Cortland Sutton's out there catching balls and practicing, warming up for the game, he's over there dancing and just kind of being a fool, just being immature, kind of,
So that sort of goes into, and we'll touch you know what? Screw it. There's no rhyme or reason for any of the structure of the show. So I wanted to ask about who you think's going to get traded. We have 4 days.
Oh, yeah. If we end up trading anybody, so I'll say this. If we beat the Chiefs, we're not going to trade anybody. Because I think we're back in motion thinking, okay, we have something that we can work with here. But if we lose, and then, I think Jerry Jeudy's going to be the first one gone. I've been hearing rumors about Josie Jewell.
Well, before we go with that, so why I brought that up is because of Jerry Jeudy. So my thing is with Jerry Jeudy, he hasn't been, I don't want to say he hasn't been showing up. He has. Not as great as he should. But I think if we were to trade any player, it was going to be him. But with all this drama surrounding him and how he just is quick to blast off things on the internet, I feel like that is ruining the Broncos' chances to get something valuable for him.
Yeah, he's hurting his trade value for sure,
Yeah.
which is going to make it harder for us to trade him for sure.
Absolutely.
So hopefully he can just get it together and just start playing football.
But it worries me now because then if we do trade someone, then that probably would be Cortland Sutton at this point, if not Jerry Jeudy. What would we get for Jerry Jeudy I feel like Cortland would be higher.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, if we lose, I think they're going to look to trade multiple people, and Cortland Sutton could be one of those guys too. I think he's up there on the list too. If there's 3 guys, it's those 3 that I named right there.
Josie Jewell,
Cortland and
Jerry. Okay. Yeah.
Not to say all of them are going to get traded, but he's definitely one. And honestly, I wouldn't want to see it, but if they're looking to get some real value back, Justin Simmons might be up there too.
There's no way they would ever trade him. There's
no
way.
Only if they're doing like a fire sale, just getting rid of everybody.
And
the only person they have left, it would be Pat Surtain. Yeah,
I will die on this
you
hill.
Gotta keep
They're
him.
not getting rid of Justin Simmons.
I don't think they will. Right? I don't think they will. But you just never know. You never know what way they're gonna go. Yeah, I agree. See, there you go. See, that's a good knock on wood. That was a good one.
Well,
because you don't want that to happen.
We don't want it to happen.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Whatever. We're not going to go into this. So, okay. Amazing. Any other players besides those 3 you think would... Do you think... Wow, you really think it all hinges on the Chiefs game?
It's a pivot game to me. Yeah,
very big. Okay.
Because look at the rest of the league. It's kind of down. The rest of the league's kind of down. So our 5 losses aren't looking too bad right now. As bad as they usually are. But if we're 3-5, we're not far out of the mix of wild card talk because the rest of the league is just kind of down right now.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Chiefs are 5-1 or whatever, 5 or 6-1.
6-1, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and look at how we're talking about them. They're beatable. They're this. They're that. Look at the Buffalo Bills. They're barely beating team, losing to teams.
Dude, yeah.
Like these are the best teams right now. Look at the Bengals right now. Look at all the best teams. They're beatable. They're very beatable. And records are starting to show that. As far as the rest of the AFC goes, the teams that are worse, they're just kind of all middle of the pack records,
Okay.
So we have a chance. If we imagine we lock into place and we went on a 7-game win streak or something like that, like we're right there. We're right back in the mix. So it's not over yet, only because if we beat the Chiefs, only because of those things there, I think.
Okay. Well, I mentioned. Oh, it was another show I was on, but I mentioned in my Pick'em League, and I think I've said this before, like I will never, ever choose the Broncos to lose, ever. The first time I ever did was against the Chiefs last time. And so I got a point from a Pick'em League, which is great. I did not choose the Broncos to lose this week. Nice. I actually, because there is a sliver of hope. This is why.
There is.
1, it's home. That's always something. 2, it's going to be snowing.
I got some pushback there for that.
Okay. What? Because they're in Kansas City too?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, because they experience snow there. But for everybody who plays in the snow, Patrick Mahomes plays the best in the snow.
Sick.
So if it's hurting anybody, it's hurting us.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay,
But anyways, go ahead.
Take that back.
In the snow, it kind of hurts us a little bit.
Yeah. And also, we just came off a W from the Packers.
Right.
Sure, whatever, it's the Packers. It's still a win. A win's a win,
right.
People. A win's a win. Yeah. I just think there could be momentum behind that. I really do.
100%. I agree. We are at home. I still think there's an advantage there at home, and you just never know. I mean, how the things are turning. I mean, our defense played very well last time, and if we can get our offense to pick it up, which our offense isn't like last year's offense, we have games where we're up here and down here, but put it together, we might be able to do something.
Yeah.
I just hope our defense doesn't regress. If they can keep playing the way they've been playing, which they've been picking it up the last few weeks. It's been a stretch now of weeks where they've been playing solid. So I'm not mad. Like, look at the scores of the games, Well,
speaking of mad, Sean Payton.
Oh, yeah.
Always mad.
Even after the win, he was mad.
Always angry. What's going on with this guy?
But I understand, though, because there was a lot of things that, like, we should have blew the Packers out, Think about it.
By the way that
the
we've
first
been
touchdown they
playing-
got, well, based on what happened in the game.
Okay,
Pat
fine.
Surtain, that should have been an interception, not a touchdown.
Yeah.
Take one away from there. The second, what happened in the second one? There was a ridiculous touchdown. It was just something that shouldn't have. Oh yeah. He throws it. It hits off the guy, bounces over to the other guy, and he catches it. That shouldn't have been a touchdown.
That was insane. Bro.
And it's just like, yeah. So
yeah.
We should have blown them out. So he's frustrated. I know he was frustrated at the end because there was a timeout that they had to use, and it was Vance Joseph's fault that PJ Locke or something. There was something there that they weren't subbing right or something like that, and it was a big-time play at the end of the game. So I know that was the main reason why he was frustrated there, but I think overall also just the fact that we squeaked by that game when we should have won by a lot.
Okay, so that's why you think he was mad.
Which, yeah.
Did you? I don't know the full story. You can catch me up on it. It was something about him going to get sushi and he was pissed. Did you hear this story?
Oh, I heard that he wasn't pissed about it. I heard that he went to a sushi place and ate when he doesn't like sushi, but it was probably because like he went with his family and his family wanted to go or something.
Correct. But why was that a story that I've heard of? Like, why are we talking about Sean Payton getting sushi? I don't know. Okay, I think what happened around it, I think it was a press conference, and he was like, yeah, I went to get sushi. I don't even like sushi, but I just found myself, he was like, circling around the parking lot. And it was like the day of the win. And I'm like, dude, this guy is never going to be happy. Like, this guy came
I understand it.
Well,
because we should be a lot better than what we are based on the talent that we have.
So whose fault is that?
I mean,
if not the head coach.
But think about it, though. We've had so many different head coaches, and it's been the same thing. So at some point, we got to blame the players.
Whoa. Okay, there,
it's
AJ. Hot
it's like we have.
Here.
It's been so many different coaches, and we've been blaming coach after coach after coach. Now we know we have a coach who has historically not been a bad coach ever. You know what I mean? And we're still getting not great results. So we have to start blaming the players at some point. You know, I don't know. I don't think it's because they're not talented, but it's just because the collection of players isn't working together. You know what I mean?
But like,
I don't know.
What do you
but
do
maybe
about
it's
that?
starting. But maybe he's starting to form it and turn it in and put it together because it was a mess. It's been a dumpster fire for years, and Sean Payton's not going to be able to come in and fix it right away. Maybe it's going to take a little while, and it's going to be messy during that little while. But when it starts to form together, it's going to look good when it forms together. If that's something that can happen with this collection of players.
Okay. Well, any other takes on going into this Week 8 game before bye week?
Other than I know I was tank heavy before, after we lost, but
that's why we needed a couple weeks apart. I could not hear tank for Caleb anymore.
Even honestly, it's not even tank for Caleb anymore. It's just tank for a QB because Caleb hasn't been, all of them have been kind of in the same boat this year. There's like 2 or 3 QBs.
I will never, we already spoke about this, but I will never root for my team to lose. It's insane that there were people on social media upset that the Broncos won. That is insane.
I can understand that because I can understand it because you're rooting for the future of success. You're not just hating the team and want them to lose. You're taking a small loss for a better future. So I understand that because I was in that boat too a little bit.
I know.
But
I just don't understand how one player, no matter what player we pick, would change the future.
It's more so just about building and starting fresh. And you're building around a generational talent. So that's a good place that's the best place you want to start when you're rebuilding. And, so people are just let's just get rid of it and start over and rebuild. So I can understand that too. And if we lose this week, I'm going to be on that train again. But if we win this week, we're back. We're back in we're back in the playoff run.
Lucky for me, we can't record tomorrow because if we lose, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, we're not recording tomorrow. Okay, I didn't know this. This is news to me.
I'm
we're all
at
finding
a
out
wedding,
together.
Aaron.
Oh yeah, that is tomorrow.
Oh my God! I just said this.
You did, but I just didn't realize tomorrow. I didn't realize tomorrow was game day. I didn't realize tomorrow was game day. I was thinking that the wedding was the day before game day, Saturday.
Bro.
So
no.
All right. Well,
I know.
We're not recording tomorrow. It's her fault.
You're gonna be so sad not to see me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a live stream and talk about how sad I am.
Good, as you should. I would expect nothing less. So the last thing you wanted to talk about, and we've briefly mentioned but I want to just make sure we hit all our points. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about. Sorry, before I hit this last point, Kareem Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Which I feel, that's a good. Thank you for bringing him up. I did want to talk about that.
You're welcome.
I think he's kind of getting the shaft right now a little bit.
Okay.
He shouldn't have gotten suspended, especially after going back and looking at the hit. That wasn't an illegal hit. It was shoulder into shoulder, and it just was bad because he hits hard. That's the kind of player he is,
Mm-hmm.
And he hits hard, and they're just kind of scapegoating him a little bit for all the hard hits and for the rest of the league. They're kind of making him the poster child of it, and that's unfortunate. That sucks.
And it's the second time he's been ejected this season.
Yeah.
What was the first time? Remind me.
I don't remember exactly. I can't remember when it was, but I remember it was a hit in the end zone. I remember the hit, but it's the similar type of deal. He was going in the right way, but the guy lowered his head last second, and there was some collision in the end zone.
So he's out for 2 games. It was 4. Now it's only 2.
And then they put it down to 2.
Yes.
Which is just kind of ridiculous to me that he got a 4-game suspension when you have guys who don't get suspended that long, who have domestic charges and things like that.
Oh,
dude, domestic
cases,
cases,
that can be a whole episode.
It's just crazy.
I know, it's insane.
So it just sucks that because Kareem Jackson is a stand-up good guy. He's not a
He's
like Vontaze Burfict, the guy who just kind of came off a little sketchy around the edges a little bit. But Kareem Jackson's not that kind of guy. He's not that dude.
So with him out next game, well, next 2 games, we saw an interception from PJ Locke that
we did
locked up the game.
Yep.
Got our W. So do you think that we'll be okay without Jackson the next couple of games?
I think PJ Locke is hopefully he can be a game changer type of player. So I mean, he could hold the fort down exactly like we saw there. He could hold the fort down for 2 games, I think.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I will look forward to having Kareem back.
Okay. I know. Same dude.
You know, just because we need the depth, because Caden Stearns is out. Like, if we still had Caden Stearns, I would feel super comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. Okay. So back to what I was going to ask. So we were going to talk about the outlook at the rest of the season. So we briefly mentioned the trade deadline is in a couple of days. You think the game, and I agree, on Sunday is going to say a lot about what we're going to do. So you're saying W, no one's getting traded.
Absolutely. Everything hinges on this game.
Dude, I'm extremely anxious when you say that. Okay,
yes.
Great.
As anxious as you can possibly be. That's what
oh
you should
my
be.
God, dude. Of course it's like the game I sort of can't watch. Okay, so if it is a L, who do you think is going? Let's make predictions.
Who do I think's going trade-wise?
Yeah. And it's not like who you think could be traded. Who do you think would trade? And for what?
Judy is gone.
For what?
For probably a 5th round.
Okay.
5th or 4th.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
That's somewhere around there. Because
All
he just hasn't been playing that well.
I know,
So, you know.
I know.
Even Cortland Sutton would probably get at highest, you know, maybe a 3rd.
Yeah.
You know? Something like that.
Oh, God, yeah. I hate the trades.
So it's tough. Yeah, it would be a bunch of like 3rd, 4th, 5th round picks. But, you know, maybe you can use those to package up to move into the 2nd round, things like that, you know.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah, I am never good around this, around change, around any of my lovely Broncos players leaving. It breaks my heart. I can't do the business side of things. Like, I'm just like,
but you know what hurts more?
Losing. Stupid.
It hurts more. So if we keep doing that, then we got to start over again, because we're not a franchise that just loses and is like, okay, we're just losers. We're just gonna try harder next year. No, that's not the kind of franchise we are. We're a proud franchise that's like, we're losing. We need to make a change because this isn't what we're used to.
Yeah.
We need to make. That's why we've been going so hard, making things happen. Give Russell Wilson. Not like, I still think that was awesome that we were able to pull that off back then, because at the moment, at that time, Russell Wilson was still Russell Wilson to everybody, and that was a big time deal. You know, so us, you know, then we go out and we get Rob Walton and the Penners to own the Broncos. Like, we get Sean Payton to be our head coach. Like, we're making massive moves to try to turn this thing around, because that's the type of franchise we are. So that makes me proud to be a Broncos fan there. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Well, any closing thoughts, Aaron?
Go Broncos. That's all I got.
All right. That's so vanilla.
I mean, I just, you know, went on that little soliloquy there that I thought was a good little ending.
It was.
You know, so
It
I don't know
really
how I
was.
can top that right now.
You're right. You can't. Okay.
So.
Wow. With that, I think that we covered a great job.
We did.
Words are hard.
We moved through.
We did. For about 30 minutes, we got all the weeks we've been missing. I won't be traveling anytime soon.
Okay.
And
I won't be either.
my October craziness is over in a couple of days. So
Halloween party? Halloween vibes going on this?
Dude, no. Well, here's the thing. With my friend's wedding, it's sort of, I haven't even thought about Halloween. Like, I might whip out something I've done prior. I'm just not a big, I like Halloween, don't get me wrong. I just, like, for instance, it was 3 years ago that there was a Broncos game on Halloween Day.
Oh, yeah.
And we did, like, Sunday Fun Day. That's my vibe.
Okay.
I like doing
that.
things during the day.
I like
and then
that.
at night, like, it's fine, but it's like Halloween and New Year's. I feel like it's too hyped up and you go out and you think you're going to have a great time and it always lets you down. It always does. Expectations are always set so high, you know? What are you doing for Halloween?
I don't have any plans. Yeah, no plans really. I mean, there are some things that I could go to, but I'm just not a big go out and get wasted, you know, somewhere too often unless I just have a big group of friends going. But even still then, I don't know. Like you said, I'm more than just like do something fun during the day type of thing.
What's your costume?
I don't have a costume.
You're so boring.
I usually go hard with costumes and stuff like that.
Really? What's the best one you've had?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. It's just more so about like the realness of the blood and makeup vibes that I got going. You know, it's not like I had a really cool costume, but I'm a gory costume person.
Boy.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Weird. My best costume.
Weird.
What was I last year? Oh, I was Lord Farquaad.
I don't know who that is.
From Shrek.
Oh, okay. Which one is he? I've seen Shrek like once.
He's the guy with the black hair. He's a ruler, and he's like,
okay.
Fiona.
I got you. All right, that's good. That's good. I ain't mad about that.
Lord Farquaad. And then the year before that, I was Buddy the Elf. So what does that say about my costumes?
Okay, yeah. You like, you know, goofy cartoon character type of things. Yeah. You know.
It's the one time of the year that girls can dress. What is the mean
slutty?
Girls? Yeah. What is the Mean Girls quote? It's like, dress as slutty as they want.
Yeah.
And I'm up here in Buddy the Elf.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. Yeah, that's you. You're definitely that
without
vibe.
a doubt. Man, all right. Well, with that, I think we wrapped everything up.
We did. We went through that.
Saturday
we got
fun
through.
day. Love it. Don't miss me too much tomorrow, Aaron.
All right. I won't.
Okay. And with that, go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
You're literally the worst. That's
all right.
it.
So since I'm the producer, I have to go stop it.
Yeah.
Now, so you can
No,
continue talking us out.
I don't really, just talk to myself. Aaron, we all know you are going to miss me tomorrow. He's in so much denial. It's fine, guys. Why? Shut it off!